My name is Otunba Dele, the 22nd principal of King's College, Lagos. I held sway in King's College 2010 January to November 2015, a period of 70 months. Based on my experience, the following attributes are the attributes of a good school principal, a college principal. One, the visionary aspect of it is that he must be a visionary leader. Visionary leadership is very important. Two, he must be a strategic thinker. There must be strategic planning, because the strategies you are going to use to develop what you want to do in your vision, that's the mission. Then you must be a build bridger. Because of the network of stakeholders of the college, you must be able to be the fulcrum around which these stakeholders rotate. Then promotion of conducive learning teaching environment, which is very important. That is, you must move from the zero level of learning conduct of learning environment to make the learning environment very attractive to both teachers and learners. Then there must be mentorship of management, in such a way that you are not the only one who is teaching or who is leading. It must be a collective management by objective. And then number 6 is the fact that you have to strive to leave a legacy behind, so that at least when you leave, when the memories of your ways, they must remember ABC during your time that you did. Then the last one is the issue of networking. Like I said, you must be able to network the critical stakeholders, make them relevant, and then extract resources and partnership and participation from them. Concerning the challenges are this. In terms of students, challenges I faced at my own time was, one for the students. A lot of students develop a lazy attitude to learning. We have to encourage them to taking up learning, because they have seen so many examples of people who don't learn and then they are doing well, especially some of our politicians. But I said, no, we have to, knowledge is power. Then we had the challenge of funding from the proprietor. So what we did was to partner with the private sector, and then for the proprietor, for the parents had the purpose on for their work, but I had to remove the purpose from them and actually instill some discipline in the college. No parents want their children to be disciplined, but I insisted that we had to build character for the future of this country. And then from the issue of funding, federal government was not forthcoming in terms of funding. I did some sourcing of funds from other sources. And finally, in terms of the teacher supply, federal government was not giving us adequate number of teachers in the college. We are running 2 colleges, and then the challenge was so much. So we had to do recruitment of some other teachers being paid through assistance of the PTA, and then that was how we were able to solve the problem. Finally, with the old boys, I had a running battle with the old boys. They had the perception of wanting to purchase the college. They wanted the federal government to hand over the college to them for running. And I said, this is a national monument and legacy. You couldn't have allowed the old boys to run a college that is owned by all Nigerians, including those unborn children who will also want to run and educate themselves in the college. So we are frustrated that move, and up to now, they are still on it, but definitely they will not succeed in owning the college. My assignment is just very simple. I'm to touch on the attributes, the 7 attributes for success as a principal. Many principals have been appointed without having vision. You see, before you become a principal, it's not just by accident. You must have been built around the classroom situation, leadership skills, and so on. And so by the time you mature for appointment, you must be able to at least have a vision of how you are going to run the assignment. My own was very simple. I haven't come from the headquarters where we formulate policies. When I got appointed on January 10th, the then Minister of State for Education, Aji Aduku, called me to our office. And he said, Otunba, for over the years, you have been formulating policies here and there, JCC, SC, and so on. And you have been in the Permanent Secretary's office, the Minister of State's office as SC. Now you have been appointed as Principal King's College. Go there and implement those policies that we formulated. That was his mandate. And straight on, because I had the vision of getting started, I got to King's College. I hit the ball. I hit the ground running. I had two agendas. I call it a twin agenda of my principalship. Because before you get to principalship, you must have been able to ruminate over what you want to do, what difference you want to make. So I had just two agenda, twin agenda, I said it. I was lucky because by the time I got to King's College, it was already down. If the system had been working, then I wouldn't have been able to make the difference I made. But the difference, the system was in a total collapse. It was comatose. I had a video picture of what I met on ground. And the first strategic meeting I held, I indeed told them that I will have just two agendas. One, restoration. Restoration of the past glory of King's College. Of course, it's known that King's College was the first federal government-owned institution all over the country, both in the higher education, in the secondary education, or whatever. That was the first official institution of government, which was established in 1909, 9th of September, but the first lecture was done on the 20th of September. So over the years, they have produced great kingsmen who have held sway in so many strata of leadership in Nigeria. But that glory of Israel is laid upon the high places, how the mighty falling. King's College fell. And my assignment was just to do a restoration. So I embarked on the restoration agenda. And in terms of agenda, if you restore and do not transform, then that means we are at par with what was in the past. But I said, no, I don't have to be at par with what was on ground or what was done before. I have to transform. That is, restoration is bringing it back to the level it was, the greatness it was. But you have to, because of the digital age we are in, you have to transform it into a digital college. So that's how we were able to at least meet some of the challenges we had. But the principal thing about students, the vision of students, the focus of students had changed. For instance, I believed that there was a need to integrate ICT into our teaching. And then I quickly, first of all, it was the PTA that was running the websites. And it was just very haphazard. I sacked the PTA and said, no, let me have control of the network. So I did a new website for the college, and that's what they have been running. And then invited some eggheads. And then within 100 days of my administration, I had promoted 100 teachers in King's College, 100 teachers in King's College to obtain their laptops. And then I gave them incentives by giving them the airtime and so on to assist them in delivering lectures through IT. I recall that the first membership of the SBMC, the old boys nominated one professor. And then the Oba of Lagos also nominated one retired permanent secretary, federal permanent secretary. And that's Ogunbanwo. And then this is Abisogunalo, a retired Federal Unity College principal. So this was my school-based management committee or government council was star-studded, and we were able to generate ideas. When Professor Okebukola came in again as chairman of the school-based management committee, he was able to lead by example and generated so many ideas, and included himself in selfless service in terms of teaching the students and motivating them. These are some of the things that worked because networking was very essential. Again, there was this concept of the old boys wanted to limit access. They said, oh, no, we don't want a multi-assembly. Case College during our own time, we were 20 in a class. But I told them, during our own time, Nigeria was a little bit lower than 55 million. Now, Nigeria, during my principalship, was about 180 million. And then how many public schools had quality education? So what we needed to do was, instead of promoting only 5 people who score A1 around in their external exam, we developed and got students who were first-class students and who were able to do well in spite of the fact that we increased access. Access was increased during my own time from 30 in a class to 40. 40 in a class situation we had about 400 students being admitted every year. So by so doing, we increased access and also use technology and some other means to improve quality. So it was a win-win situation. Increase access, increase quality. And the result showed in 2013, King's College was adjudged the best school among the 102, as it were, community colleges. And one of my teachers was the best teacher who taught mathematics, Mr. I forgot his name now, who was who was given an award as the best teacher. And then myself, I received the award of the best principal in the college. That was in 2013. So these are some of the things that then I also discussed the issue of the perception, building bridges across all levels. When I got to King's College, we were talking of the good old days when old boys were old boys, and there was this healthy rivalry between St. Greg's, CMS Grammar School, and so on. And I saw that there was no network among them. There was no structure that will web them together. So in 2010, I created and established what is now known as the Lagos First Generation Colleges, Heritage Colleges Association, LAPJECA. I repeat, Lagos First Generation Heritage Colleges Association, LAPJECA. This body belongs to all those grandfather institutions that pioneered secondary education in Nigeria. Most of them were missionaries and were established by the faith-based institutions. But we came together and we started rekindling the healthy rivalry. Today, as I'm speaking to you, this is the 15th year of that association, and it's still working stronger. It's been able to do some of these cultural renaissance. We have been able to do cognitive training in terms of debates, essay writing, quiz, and so on among the member institutions, so as to promote interaction and knowledge among the member institutions. And this has been working well.